How you doing? Brent Dawson.
Good.
Okay, so today I'll be examining your spine from the top of your neck to your lower back. At any point during this, can I expose any area of your skin?
Yes.
Okay, so can I have you take your shirt off for the duration of this? Thank you. I'm going to check for stability of the table. Okay, looks good. Can I have you sit down and face that way, please? Okay, for this I'll be doing a general scan. Feels good. Continue with the spine. Okay, right away I feel a restriction. I'm going to check this. Top iliac crest, medially, will be at L4. Okay, what I believe to be the L4, L5 segment. So what I want to do, if you have your cross your arms for me, sir. I'm going to flex the patient and see if this interspinous spaces of L4 and L5 open up. And I do not feel them open up. So that means that there's a restriction. So I'm going to check this area of the spine. Okay? So I'm going to be on the lateral portion of the spinous process. And I'll be checking rotation and lateral bending of this. Okay? Arms still crossed, I'll be checking rotation. And pushing lateral to medial. Okay, feels good. Okay. And now lateral bending. Again, pushing lateral to medial. Feels good. I'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Checking rotation. Pushing L down. And I feel a restriction right here, which means it has a right rotation restriction. Okay? Now bending. Again, restriction as well with that, which means he has a right lateral bending restriction. Okay, I'm going to continue up the spine now. And again, in the lower thoracics, I feel a restriction here. So I'm going to check this. Can I have you put your arms around your back for me, please? Okay. Be at the inferior border of the scap and move medially. Be at about T7 right here. Okay. And again, checking T7, inner spinous space, T7, T8. See if these will open up. So go ahead and cross your arms for me, sir. Okay. Flex. And again, the space does not open up. So I'm going to further evaluate this. Okay. So I'm going to move laterally again and check rotation and bending of this segment. Okay. Pushing L down. Feels good. Now bending. Feels good. I'm going to check the opposite side now. And bending. Okay, with that, I felt a restriction, again in both lateral bending and lateral rotation restriction of that segment. Now I'm going to evaluate the ribs. So at this segment, I'm at T7, move up 2 interspinous spaces, and lateral about 2 inches. Should be on that rib. Okay? Now with this, to check if it moves inferior or superior, depression, elevation. Let's first check elevation. At this point, what I want to do is I want to push I to S. I'm going to slightly flex them, contralaterally rotate with a little bending. Again, pushing I to S. Feels good? Okay? Now to check for depression, I'm going to be on the superior portion of that rib. I'm going to ipsilaterally bend, rotate with a little extension, pushing S to I on this. And it does feel good. I can feel movement in both. I'll do that same thing on the opposite side. Elevation and depression on both sides is good. I'm going to continue evaluating by moving up the spine. Feels good in the upper thoracics. Now I'm going to do cervicals, okay? I feel a restriction right here. So I'm going to evaluate this. Okay, so have you lay back for me, please, sir. I got you relax. Okay. For this, for rotation, I'll be on the articular pillars, which is around C3 where I felt restriction. I do not feel it opening up here. So he has a left lateral rotation restriction. So from here I want to be on the spinous process of C3, and I want to check lateral bending. And I should feel a buckle of that spinous process. And I do not as I laterally bend him to the left. So he has a lateral bending restriction. And with this, I was pushing slightly medial to lateral and P to A. Thank you, sir. That is it.